And Danielle, I imagine if you're involved in an archaeological dig, it was a pretty good day to do it, but
yes.
There is a downside to this kind of weather.
There is, yeah, we have the risk of thunderstorms, absolutely. So active weather is possible. We have excessive heat in most communities. Heat warning still in place for most of the province. We're going to get the heat cut a little bit for tomorrow, but it will still be well above normal. And it's because of this cold front that's moving through. So this cold front, yes, will give us a slight relief from the heat for tomorrow, but we're looking at thunderstorm activity certainly possible, and some of these cells could reach the more severe criteria. So that means the larger size hail possible, at least nickel size, and also a lot of lightning, big downpours, and stronger wind gusts up to 90 kilometers per hour as they push through. That's the possibility. Right now where we have the severe thunderstorm watch in place is for K-Country up to almost as far east as Cochrane. This goes in through Canmore and Banff and up through Lake Louise. So this area is under that. Okay, let's look at the next 24 hours here. We're sitting at 29 degrees right now. We did reach a high of just above 30 for today, so unofficially record-breaking. All right, you find you're
June 15th, right in the middle of the month. Here at the end of May, we have hot weather already.
It's hot, yeah, well above normal and unofficially record-breaking. So we got to 30.5 today, and the record for this day is 30.
Wow.
Yeah, so there we are. Again, Environment Canada still has to confirm that. But we have a lot of heat. Heat warning is in place for Calgary. It's a beautiful summer day if you like the warmth, of course. We are looking at cutting the heat a little bit. These storms that will be rolling through all of central and southern Alberta over this evening and through the overnight hours will actually do things to calm it down a little bit temporarily. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. And if you look at Calgary at the airport, 30 degrees right now, downtown 30, 31 at Winsport, and Bragg Creek sitting at 27, Strathmore 31. Just to look at the bigger picture here of the province, and we talked about those 30-degree temperatures rolling in from the north to the south, and that's what happened for today. So we have a lot of warmth in the south. We also still have some warmth. Even look at Fort McMurray, 31 degrees, Edmonton at 33. So yes, it's a lot of excessive heat, especially for this time of year when our bodies are just getting used to it. Now what we have is a cold front that's starting to move through and into our province, and that's going to create that lift. When you add the lift to the heat and a few other ingredients in place, that can give us very active weather, which is why we do have this severe thunderstorm watch in place. This is for K-Country, just about to Cochrane. This includes K-Country, Canmore, Banff, Lake Louise, and then up. And closer to the Edmonton area, just off to the west right now, we have a cell rolling through there that is prompting the severe thunderstorm warning in place there for that larger size hail and bigger downpours. And again, much of the province under the heat warning at this point. All right, when we look at the cold front, here are all the thunderstorms associated with this. So as we go through not just the next couple of hours, but even through the entire evening and the overnight hours, there is the potential for thunderstorm activity because of this cold front. So it's not just going to end in a couple of hours. And these are the storms to take seriously, of course, because yes, it could come with that larger size hail. Just to fast forward this is showing you 1:30 in the morning, and we still have the potential for that activity. And then it will move out of Calgary anyway by about 4 or 5 in the morning. Then we're looking at a stable day for tomorrow. So tomorrow, lots of sunshine, UV index very high, but we won't quite get into the 30s for tomorrow because this cold front will regulate temperatures a little bit. Our next active weather or wave of it will arrive maybe Saturday night, but certainly for Sunday when we're looking at some rainfall, and that will really drop the temperatures to below normal. All right, tomorrow 26 degrees, mainly sunny skies. For Saturday, 30, partly cloudy skies. Saturday night, we could see some rainfall. We'll certainly see some late day Sunday and Monday. And as you can see, temperatures by then will just be in the mid-teens.
I think lots and lots of people will be just soaking up the heat for the next couple of days, right?
And it's interesting, right? Because everybody's body's so differently. I'm made for this heat. Other people, my son, for example, cannot even handle 22 degrees.
Right.
So you got to be prepared. lots of water, especially if this isn't your thing. You got to prepare when you're going outside for this kind of heat, because heat stroke, heat exhaustion, all those things can happen quite fast, especially with all the sunshine we're getting. So likely record-breaking heat. As you can see, it looks like we got to 30.5 today, and the record for this day is 30, and that was in 1934 and 1936. Again, Environment Canada needs to confirm that. I'll confirm that with you tomorrow. 26 degrees, so a little less hot tomorrow, but back to 30 for Saturday, and by the time we get into Sunday, we are looking at a completely different weather pattern. This comes with more reasonable temperatures, 16 degrees, and some rainfall that will carry into early next week as well. Ian?
So let's bring Danielle in on this now. So we've got extreme heat, we've got a thunderstorm risk. That's a bad combination for wildfires anywhere.
Absolutely. It certainly elevates the risk here in Alberta and really across the prairies. So you can see a lot of red in Alberta. Most of Saskatchewan is red. That's extreme when you're looking at the fire danger risk. Along the mountains for us, it's blue, but when you combine that with the lightning strikes that are passing through many parts of the province right now and starting to, well, eventually make their way over to our side in the south end here, yes, we have that higher risk with this for new fires to begin. Also, as this cold front swipes through, it's shifting the winds. So the fires that are already happening, it makes it a little harder to manage in some cases. I mean, good news with this is that this will slightly cut the temperatures, so that may be helpful for tomorrow, but we're also looking at dry weather for the next couple of days after this cold front swipes through. We're now at 29 degrees. It is gusty, up to 35, even 50 kilometers per hour as we head through the evening. And we don't just have the risk of thunderstorms for this evening in Calgary, there's also the risk in the overnight hours. And again, some of them could reach the more severe criteria with that larger size hail. It's a smaller chance of seeing this in Calgary, but there is a chance. For tomorrow, mainly sunny, quiet, and not quite as warm with a high of 26. More details on your forecast coming up. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast. We've still got some great days in there.
Yeah, some nice warmth, some summer warmth to enjoy it. And that's the thing. Yes, we have risks that come with it, but hopefully there are moments that you get to enjoy in the summer heat. 29 degrees is the temperature right now in Calgary. We got to 30.5 earlier today. That has to be confirmed by Environment Canada, but that is record-breaking for us on this day in Calgary. And still in the 30s, Brooks, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Milk River, even Edmonton, Fort McMurray, especially the further east you go, and we still have the heat warning in place for much of the province at this point. And the areas not under the heat warning, especially further to the south, still very hot, as you just saw by the temperatures. Let me slap in now the watch that's in place, severe thunderstorm watch, and this is Banff and Canmore through all of K Country, and then up Lake Louise and up to central Alberta. So we don't have any thunderstorms in place in southern Alberta at this point. You can see a lot of it is dying out by the time it makes its way here in just isolated showers. But we do have the potential for it. And keep in mind, keep your eyes on the sky as we go through. And that's not just for this evening, that's through the overnight hours as well as this cold front swipes through. Now, yes, this cold front is sparking up some activity. As you can see, a lot of it is dying out, but some of it will likely make its way in through Banff and Canmore, especially over these next few hours, and even again in those overnight hours. And some of that could sneak into Calgary right up until about 2 in the morning. This is a look at 2 in the morning. After that, though, things clear out fast, and then this sets us up for sunshine for tomorrow. And because this is a cold front sweeping through, this will cut our temperature a little bit. Now, we're still going to be above normal. Normal is 19 degrees for this time of year. We'll be in those mid-20s for tomorrow, but it won't be quite as hot as today. Our next weather maker arrives on Sunday. So Saturday, we'll see the clouds increase ahead of it. The winds will likely pick up ahead of it. Still a nice hot day on Saturday. And then for Sunday, we're looking at a cooler, rainy day. Here's a look at that 5-day forecast. 26 degrees for tomorrow, again stable, so another ridge starting to build in for a couple of days. That will knock us up to 30 by Saturday with partly cloudy skies, so the occasional cloud cover will give you some relief from that heat. And then by Sunday, a completely different weather pattern. We say goodbye to that ridge of high pressure. Temperatures will drop to the mid-teens for Sunday and to kick off next week, and that will also come with about 1 to 3 millimeters of rain Sunday in through Monday as well. Tara?
Okay, don't we all have that one friend, or maybe it's your spouse, or maybe it's one of your kids? They always want to eat the food off your plate?
Yes.
Yeah? That's apparently an animal problem, too.
Oh.
Yeah, Buddy the Lizard is a pretty good friend, though. He lets his puppy pal pick all the bananas off his plate. He didn't like those. He likes the veggies, so they share. Sharing is caring. That's
and look at that's healthy food. Sharing healthy food. Cute.
Little lunch date there. Well, you know who else loves bananas besides you, because I just saw you eating one.
I was just eating.
This cutie.
Tulip loves everything, but bananas, sweet potatoes are the favorite.
Oh, look at those.
Oh, this is a baby beaver. Tulip, she might be small, but she has a big personality, and she is not afraid to show it. She's very excited about what is in that bowl. Bananas and sweet potatoes. That sounds like a great meal.
That's a great meal. Look at those. Again, another healthy one. Look at those little hands. Oops. Oops.
Aw. Well, we're going to finish off our food theme with a nose that knows.
Wow.
You don't even have to see the food to know if you're an elephant. You can just sniff it out. He knows where it is, tracks down the treat, takes it without hesitation. That is like a super snout.
That is interesting. And carrots.
Who knew?
Bananas are
All
way
these
better.
animals eating so healthy. That should inspire us to go home and cut up some vegetables.
It should.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, Skywatch weather camera. The winds have picked up a little bit. The clouds have moved in a little more. We have some active weather happening off to the west of us. Smaller chance we'll see that in Calgary, but still a chance. And not just for the evening, also the overnight hours. Check this out. Now, this also has to be confirmed by Environment Canada. So unofficially, we've broken a record today here in Calgary, and so have many other communities for heat. We got to 30.5 earlier today, and the record for this day was 30 from 1934 and 1936. So record-breaking heat in many communities today. A lot of the heat in the entire country in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and even Northwest Territories, where one community in the Northwest Territories is actually the hottest in the country at this moment. So a lot of heat there, and still warm elsewhere, but not quite as warm as our little pocket. And when you look at, zoom in here, still a lot of 30s going on, even though it's May and it's the end of the day. 32 in Brooks, 31 in Medicine Hat and Lethbridge. And Calgary, we're sitting at about 29 right now. Okay, so we have this active weather moving in. There is the potential of thunderstorm activity in Calgary evening and overnight hours. Most likely that will stay off to the west, especially the more intense storms, which is why Canmore, Banff, basically anything west of Cochrane and Bragg Creek is under the severe thunderstorm watch, with that higher potential for more severe storms this evening and overnight. Okay, tomorrow, Kelowna, 28 degrees, Kamloops, 31, Edmonton, 23. Alberta is stable as another ridge of high pressure builds in, so a whole lot of sunshine. But this is a cold front that's swiping through right now, so that's going to cut the heat a little bit. 26 degrees for Calgary and Drumheller. So not record-breaking for tomorrow. 27 for Lethbridge, 26 for Medicine Hat. Looking at that 10-day trend for these next couple days, we were looking at that summery type heat, but then we cool down significantly into the mid-teens for Sunday and Monday.
Definitely want to look for that documentary. That looks terrific.
Absolutely. What a kid.
Well, we've got some nice days ahead and a very hot evening.
Yep, and you know what? Make the best of all this heat. Like, enjoy the outdoors, maybe in the off hours even. In the evening, go for a little walk, because it's a completely different weather pattern for next week, and that will kick off on Sunday. So 26 degrees, all sunshine for tomorrow and stability, but then back to 30 for Saturday, so that more excessive heat. And then, well, we get a system that will move in that will drop the temperatures to the mid-teens for Sunday and Monday, and will bring us some rainfall. Okay, Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. Libby Goodless sent us in from Kananaskis today, and this is what I call making the best of the heat. Spending time on the water, Tara. Wouldn't you have loved to be able to do that?
Yes, how terrific would that have been today when it was 30 above?
Right.
Great shot.
Oh, beautiful.
Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.